And De Bruyne has reached it and scored.
And in the end, Nico O'Reilly at the double here.
Holland! He takes the chance this time.
Such a big day for Salford City. And here is Matheus Nunes. Grealish got Doku outside him. Doku! Well, it's a great start for the Premier League club in this tale of two cities. Nunes prominent, playing from the right-hand side. Grealish just teeing up the man coming from the left. And a goal in 8 minutes. Ake. Oh, off the line by Kouassi. Simpson Pusi. Really should have got himself a goal there. Gundogan. Here's Savinho. Nunes makes the run. Oh, it's a tap-in, it's a gift, it's a perfect debut for David Mubama, the youngster from West Ham. Really couldn't miss. There's a great dart forward by Matheus Nunes. Got there before Young, the goalkeeper. And then a young man scores. And it's 2-0 City. Corner. Kouassi still going. Trying to get his shot away, which he did. Could have just angled that a little bit more. Salford might have been in business. Plenty of courage with the run. Here's O'Reilly. Half-time beckoning. Doku has been outstanding. And on he goes. And here's O'Reilly! Well, it's another big moment for a young player in this third-round FA Cup tie. O'Reilly started it and then very tidily finished it. With Doku, the catalyst again. Here's tilt. Oh, what's he done here? Mubama gets there. Grealish must score. Oh, he's brought down a certain penalty. Referee right on the spot. I think it was Ashley coming back that sent Grealish tumbling. This will tell us, yep. So Grealish, who hadn't scored for over a year for Manchester City, but does deliver. Bit of relief in that. Fine penalty from a fine player. How much Manchester City want more from this game. But Doku certainly was. Oh, it's McAtee! That's a beautiful goal. James McAtee at the near post. And Doku's made another one. Pass with precision. What about the touch? Superb. Foden. And of course it's Doku. What a game he's having. Well, that might be another penalty for handball. Tilt thinks otherwise, but it's been given. Who's going to take it? Doku, having had the shot, has laid claim. And makes it look ridiculously easy. What a brilliant match he's had. And Salford really just wanting the final whistle now. And here's Foden, who wants a goal. Oh, it's McAtee who turned the shot from Foden into a pass and grabs himself a second goal. Onside, and Manchester City have 7. Just everyone forward here in the quest for more goals. Grealish. It's a hat-trick in the third round of the FA Cup for a player who's spent plenty of time away from Manchester City on loan. But he's got a match ball to take home here. 8-0.
This is Grealish. O'Reilly. Gonzalez, that's a good ball. Savinho has laid it square, and Gundogan has put it wide. Oh, it's a big chance. I don't think he expected it to reach him. Been very positive Leyton Orient, and that's Brown's forward ball. Kelman running, and Kelman's done well, and Ortega has to make the save. Well, Kelman was making life very uncomfortable for Vitor Reis here. Just a slightly heavy touch took him wide. Simpson's forward ball. It's Perkins competing for it, and Donnelly has gone for it, and it's in! Incredible goal! Jamie Donnelly lobbing Ortega. Well, this will go down as an own goal off the City goalkeeper, but it's a moment of pure brilliance from Jamie Donnelly for Leyton Orient. Savinho's ball in. Ruben Dias off to Grealish. Gundogan, good block. Always seems to be a good block. Grealish will have another go. Bernardo Silva round the back, and Donnelly on the line with the block. In the right place at the right time. This is Savinho. McAtee making a run, it's beyond him, it's Marmoush, it's a good save. Good save, Josh Keeley. Lovely ball in, very good goalkeeping. O'Reilly's forward ball, Marmoush is in behind, and Keeley has denied him again. Hit by Lewis, deflected and in! Manchester City are level. Rico Lewis with the shot. This has taken a big deflection off Kusanov, it's his goal. It's one each off Kusanov's shoulder. In goes the free kick. Oh, Kelman got something on it. Stuck out of foot, and he's not far away. Good ball, Gundogan, McAtee, Marmoush, McAtee just clipped the woodwork. Nicely done. Good feet from McAtee and Marmoush. There's Bernardo Silva. Clipped up toward Marmoush. It might have hit Simpson's arm, that. It's laid back for Gundogan. Took a little deflection, I think it's another good save. Goalkeeper's been outstanding. There's a little deflection here which made it a better save. Bernardo Silva into De Bruyne. Well won, Brown. Charlie Kelman goes for it, and Ortega with the save. What a threat he's been, Kelman. He's been outstanding. Grealish, De Bruyne making a run, and Grealish has found him, and De Bruyne has reached it and scored. Kevin De Bruyne on as a substitute. And this may win the tie. It's a delightful finish from De Bruyne. Lovely ball from Grealish to find him. Look at that. Only a toe, but a toe was enough. The goalkeeper's up. This to keep the tie alive. It's gone around the back post. It's wide from Dan Happy. That was the chance they were waiting for, and it's gone.
De Bruyne. Grealish, McAtee, Foden to strike it. There was a touch in there. It wasn't the most vicious shot he's ever hit.
Well, it's well worked in the end. Just does take the big deflection. There it is, off his heel.
Well, it might have been going in. Well, at the short corner, Manchester City dominating proceedings here in these early minutes. Looking to get a goal and a penalty. Bernardo Silva. And of course, we have got VAR now to check this. Venezuela who had a fine game against Liverpool.
Wow. I think he's trying to drag his arm back into the side of his body as he's jumping there. It's an interesting one because the ball was going to go into a dangerous area. But I don't think the VAR, by the looks of it, is going to go against the referee.
No, I think if Craig Pawson had given the penalty, they wouldn't have gone against him either. It's one of those.
Yeah, I think it's the right decision.
De Bruyne explores again. Nice little touch from Gundogan, famous.
They're trying to hit it back in behind them for the runs of Bundu.
Grealish. Bernardo Silva. Good, strong header. Gundogan impressing in the air. Yeah, a lot of work there, Darko JB. What another chance for Gundogan, and perhaps the best of the lot and the closest of the lot, that's for sure. He was scoring almost every week for Manchester City towards the end of his first spell, and from this kind of position.
He just runs from the edge of the box. It's a good strike as well. Goalkeeper was beaten. He uses the inside of his left foot. Just had too much bend on it in the end.
Sends out the signal. Delivers the ball. And they've scored. And the power in the air. It's Talavierov who makes them go wild with delight at the Plymouth end. He keeps his calm. Simple set piece, straightforward header, but it's a goal against Manchester City for struggling Championship side Plymouth Argyle, who've knocked out Brentford, who've knocked out Liverpool, and now they've taken the lead against Manchester City.
You said it. Very simple set play. Fairly lofted delivery into the box. Three players in and around the penalty spot. And he just jumps better, attacks the ball better than any of the Manchester City players here. It's a very good header. Still got to guide it. Talavierov. What a good header that is.
Foden to take the corner. Despite the fact they've got a lot of height there, this time it was Hayes coming in at pace.
Grealish has been disappointing once again.
And they hit back with a corner of their own. They're getting into that kind of area. The goalkeeper, Hazard, is obviously one of those who says, well, I'm going to let my teammates deal with it. Could he have come for that? Perhaps not. There's a lot of traffic.
There's a lot of traffic, but it's only about 4 yards out in the end. Good defending right at the end of it by Katic. Looked as though Ake had a free header, but Katic actually got across and headed it onto Ake.
It looks as though that is the tactic from the goalkeeper. I'm not going to come and find myself stranded, or indeed maybe handled in a way that escapes the official's view. And he can trust the boys at the back. He's only been playing with a couple of them for a short period. Credit to the board at Plymouth, who really backed the transfers for a cup run, but for staying in the Championship. Here's De Bruyne, and Hazard got a touch to that.
Knew where the space was. He laid it back to Grealish and then made the run down the outside. And the pass back to him was inch perfect.
Very good save.
Good save, fingertips.
One more piece of defending for Plymouth to do before half-time, and if they do it successfully, they'll go in a goal to the good at the Etihad Stadium. Foden leaves it. De Bruyne takes it, and the header is a very successful one from Nico O'Reilly. It is 1-1. Those extra few seconds have been used very profitably by Manchester City. Maybe a player that they wouldn't have thought to pick up too much, but he sneaked in, and the header was strong enough to get past Hazard.
And he's onside, that's the key. There's the ball I was talking about, somewhere between the penalty spot and the 6-yard box, hit with a bit of pace. And it's a good run and a good header. Goalkeeper does quite well, almost to keep it out.
There's Bernardo Silva working it wide, where McAtee keeps it going for City. Gundogan advancing with pace. Still going, the German. It's a great stop in the end. Plymouth, but they're hardly competitors, and they were cut apart here.
It's Gundogan that makes that run. He beats 3 or 4 Plymouth defenders to get to the byline. Lovely little cutback.
Bernardo couldn't squeeze it past Hazard.
Absolutely. Covered Manchester City's youth side against West Bromwich Albion on Thursday night in the FA Youth Cup. Man City winning 5-0. Some very good players in that team.
There's De Bruyne trying to loft it in. Oh, spectacular that would have been from Lewis.
Tucked in again. And De Bruyne just trying to whip it into a dangerous area. It falls nicely. So just has a little jump with the... It's almost a good effort. Yes, can't keep it.
De Bruyne. O'Reilly, full-back, moving into midfield. Now Bernardo Silva. Foden tries to place it. A bit of a token jump from Haaland, who's definitely going for goal. That's what we have here. And now we have
13 corners for Man City. Just the one for Plymouth, the one they scored from.
Haaland as a target, but he doesn't do that. Gets it back from Grealish and whips it, and that was a very fine kind of hazard. He probably doesn't have players to play against in the Championship who do this sort of thing.
He's having a look and getting his players to mark up in the box as De Bruyne hit it. He's actually just trying to do well to get back.
Another corner for Manchester City. Again, De Bruyne. Swing for first Foden, and then Haaland.
It's a bit fortunate it gets into that near post area. Foden makes a real mess of his shot. He's onside. He just doesn't keep it down. Big chance. You see, it almost comes off his shin.
Foden.
Once again, it's Nico O'Reilly that's getting into the box.
Grealish. Haaland coming round the back. Goalkeeper's kept it out, but it's followed up by Bernardo Silva.
Yeah, very good ball here from Jack Grealish. Just going beyond the far centre half. Does well to keep it out there.
He's got his mind back on it now. It's a deeper one. And in the end, Nico O'Reilly at the double here. Well, all this talk about Manchester City, a group of players growing old, they've got some kids, and one of them may well be putting Plymouth Argyle, for all their gallantry, out of the FA Cup.
And of course, the Plymouth Argyle players are saying there's a little push in the back here. But he's made a lot of good runs into the box, scored the goal just before half-time. Let's have another look. He just comes round the back. And he does give a little shove, but he was being held in the first place by the substitute Houghton. Does he give him a shove? Is it enough for the VAR to intervene here? He didn't intervene for... Well, we're talking about Hayes a little while ago. I think he made a bad decision to go towards the ball there. Left space in behind him.
Here's Houghton. And off goes Haaland. He'll certainly get there first. What's in his mind here? He slipped as he had the shot. And line one up again for De Bruyne. Job done. Not been easy. But Manchester City are into another FA Cup quarter-final.
They win the ball back here. This is an excellent pass on the side. And Haaland, you expected him to score. It's at a tight angle. What he does here, though, is just kept his composure, kept his awareness, plays it between the legs of the defender. And Kevin De Bruyne making the run, an easy finish for him. Once again, Hazard has played well in goal, hasn't he? Just stood his ground there. There's the ball through the legs. It's the only way he could have got it to Kevin De Bruyne, by playing it through the legs of Katic. And he just gets there in time.
95 minutes even in defeat here.
Yeah, we say it. Well organised, they've had a shape to them. They were a slight threat in the first half when the centre forward was holding up the play, but they're a credit, as we said. The manager's done brilliantly. Hopefully they can stay in the Championship. Great respect for both coaches there.
Another step up the ladder for Nico O'Reilly, getting 1 of 8 against Salford. Eclipsed by getting 2 very important goals here, an equaliser and the go-ahead goal after Tavierov had shocked Manchester City by heading in a first-half corner. And then Erling Haaland needed in the second half, contributing by providing the assist for Kevin De Bruyne, who scored Cup final against Watford back in 2019. He's got great stats in this competition, and he's added another one here. He's got another quarter-final to look forward to. Yes, they knocked out of the League Cup. More importantly here, painfully, they were knocked out of the Champions League. They're still alive in this competition.
Bernardo Silva. There's Nunes and Haaland. Oh, by his lofty standards, that a really presentable opportunity. And Bournemouth distinctly relieved that he wasn't able to hit the target. Towards Haaland. Oh, and City appeals, and Stuart Atwell does give a penalty. Gundogan suggesting the arm was high and not in a natural position, and that certainly appears to be the case. The decision looks a good one. So Haaland against Kepa. And Kepa wins the Battle of Wills. City spurn a huge opportunity. It's Haaland. Adams may have put Haaland in here. It's another opportunity for him, which he does not take. And with every passing chance, the feeling grows that it may not be his or Manchester City's day. There's Nunes under pressure, but that's a distinctly loose pass. Here's Cook. And now Brooks. It's easy delivery, Clivett's in there! And now Nielsen made sure, and Bournemouth lead Manchester City again! Well, Mateus Nunes, the author of City's downfall here. And Clivett just ghosting in. As Nunes was watching the ball, a catalogue of errors for him. And Kluivert's effort was goal-bound. Evan Nielsen ended any doubt. And Manchester City behind in the FA Cup again. It's a lovely flick by Bernardo Silva. This is Foden. City setting an aggressive tone at the start here. Kepa behind it. Well, Haaland had made an angle for him, but he opted to go his own way. Soler's head, that's Gundogan. De Bruyne, that's a beautiful ball for O'Reilly. And he's into the game swiftly here. Haaland! He takes the chance this time. And that's a prime example of a substitution paying instant dividends. O'Reilly with the assist. And Haaland on the mark. His 30th of the season gets City back into the tie. Termination by Bernardo Silva. Bournemouth appealing for handball there. There's Gundogan. Oh, Semenyo didn't get a hold of it. O'Reilly. Marmoush. Oh, what an entrance! Well, the two substitutes combining here after Semenyo inexplicably went to ground. Kepa perhaps left a little unsighted, but it went through him. And quite the turnaround in the FA Cup again for Manchester City. For the third round in a row, they come from behind to lead. Taking the direct approach there. Here's Matheus Nunes. Well, Mamouche is in there. Oh, and Senesi there once and twice. De Bruyne. And it'll be a corner. Well, back to front, very swiftly indeed there. And Zamani doing just enough. Senesi a little more decisive. Second time at least. Kovacic. A really good influence in this second half. Here's Grealish. Looking to tease and torment. Gundogan kisses the post. De Bruyne, Gundogan. There'll be another City corner. Oh, they're rampant now. Ruben Diaz. Featherlight touch from Marmoush. Here's De Bruyne. And now Grealish. Oh, can he open up the shooting chance? De Bruyne. Oh, and McAtee! Oh, and Kepa has just kept Bournemouth alive. Oh, he could have clinched it there.